Hi, I'm Crystal, and today I'm going to take some Christmassy leftovers and make an all junk journal. So I'm taking wrapping paper and greeting cards and tags and envelopes and all kinds of things left over from last Christmas and turning these items into an all junk journal for December daily. So at the end of Christmas, I've just got a box, and I've taken that box and filled it up with whatever little bits and pieces were left over that I saved as we were unwrapping presents. So I've got this gift bag that's got some writing on it, so it can't really be reused. And I've got these bigger scraps of wrapping paper that I've backed either with brown paper or book pages or magazine scraps or something. The wrapping paper is not really heavy enough to use on its own, but when you back it, it is. I've got some leftover unused treat bags. I've got some Christmas card envelopes I covered with wrapping paper. I've got ribbons. I've got Christmas card fronts, just all kinds of things that I just, instead of throwing them into the trash, I just put them into a box and saved them for this year's December daily. I was so inspired by other creators, I wanted to join in this process. So backing the wrapping paper is, I think, a necessary step. It is, as I said, quite lightweight, and anything with metallic finish or glitter can't really go in the recycle bin. The first step that I take is to iron out the worst of the crinkles. Frankly, I don't know why I bother to take my iron back to the bedroom because I never iron clothes with it. I hear people do that, but I really don't. Once it's reasonably flat, I just attach it to either some brown packing paper or mailing envelopes or to some book pages with any kind of brushable glue. I think by the end of this project, I've got 4 or 5 different kinds of glue on my desk. It does not really matter what you use. If you've got some matte medium, if you've got some Elmer's, if you have some Mod Podge, whatever you have at hand is going to be fine. I do think it is helpful to have a glue here that is brushable, if only because that helps you get a complete adhesion of the gift wrap to the backing paper. And I don't ever bother to measure as I'm going through this step. I always wait until the end when I decide how big the book is going to be and how big the pages are going to be to kind of trim everything down to a reasonable size. So once I've got everything glued down, my floor looks like a Christmas explosion because I just spread everything out to dry. But then once I do these steps, it can go into the box for next year. Now I have a cereal box, and I have carefully trimmed the cereal box to the height of my gift bag. I want to work with the folds in the gift bag rather than against them. That is going to make this process much easier. And so, having trimmed my cereal box down, my next step is to open the gift bag completely. So I'm starting from the bottom and opening that seam, and then you can see that the gift bag is completely flat. I am going to cut it at the sides because this gift bag is deeper than the spine of my cereal box, deeper than I need it to be. But I am going to just overlap at the side of the gift bag and on the spine of the cereal box. So once I've got the gift bag completely open, you can see that the fold will wrap around this box, and my gift bag and my box are the same vertical height. So I trim this in half, and then I'm going to start adhering it to the box. Once I've got the front adhered, then it will be time to overlap at the spine. So I didn't measure or anything like that. I just glued down the full width of the gift bag on the front, and now I'm going to glue down the full width of the gift bag from the back. You could measure, but that's extra effort, and I don't think it's really necessary. So I'm just going to glue this down, making sure that my folds from the gift bag line up with the cereal box. I find that these gift bags are so thick and sturdy. I mean, that's what makes them good for the cover of the junk journal, but at the same time, it makes it difficult to make them fold in a different spot than the manufacturer made them fold. So I do end up trimming a little bit off the sides, left and right, so the snowman is no longer completely centered. But I'm not messing with that fold top and bottom. Once I have the spine adhered, I'm just going to use that brushable glue to attach the gift bag to the cereal box on the back. Get nice adhesion all the way across so nothing slips and slides around. And then we're going to flip it over to wrap this box as if it were our school days and we were wrapping a textbook in a grocery bag. So once I've got this down and firmly adhered, let it dry for just a second to get firm adhesion. I'm going to just flip it over, trim off the corners at a 45-degree angle so I don't have too much bulk, and then glue down the sides of the bag right along that manufacturer fold. I really do not know why I ended up with 4 or 5 different kinds of glue. It is not necessary to use some different type of glue or special type of glue for each step. I just picked up whatever had an appropriate opening at the top and went to town. I did do a series a while back looking at the price of glue to see what was a good deal. And actually, I think that Aleene's is probably the glue I'm the most loyal to now. So it's still a little bit damp where I glued down the gift bag, but you can see the journal taking shape. So I've got some book page in the middle. That's probably going to end up covered up, and I will cover up that little bit of tag that came on the gift bag. Now, to complete the journal, of course, I need some pages. So for my pages, I'm taking these bits of gift wrap that I saved last year that weren't too torn up, that I backed with either packing paper or book pages. And I'm going to make a twine binding. So for the twine binding, I took about 5 feet of elastic cord, and my book is between 9.5 and 10 inches tall, but I just wrapped the cord around to see what the right length was to get 3 loops. 3 loops seemed about right to me for the depth of the spine, and I'm going to just tie a knot in the middle, and then put 1 signature of pages on each loop of elastic. That way I can take the pages off if I want to do something wet, some type of painting, and at the end I can make sewn signatures if I elect to do that, or I can tighten up the elastic if I want to. But it's very handy in the meantime to have these pages on a removable twine binding. So I've just got my stack of folded gift wrap pages, and I'm putting 1 stack on each loop of the elastic to make the pages of my December daily journal. It's a very easy process. You could certainly do it with scrapbook paper if that's what you have to hand, but I'm glad to have a chance to divert all this gift wrap. It's beautiful, it's seasonal, and it would have gone into the garbage. So next week we'll do flips and pockets. Thank you for joining me today.